Hi, I'm Adam Reitzel, a professor of biological sciences at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. I'm also the graduate program coordinator for the department, the co-director for the Center for Microbial Genomics, and a recent graduate of the AGEP-NC Fellow program. So I first brought up the diversity plan that we were developing through the AGEP-NC project, first through a faculty meeting, just to introduce the idea, to get feedback from faculty on what their thoughts were. I shared that through a survey just to get some input. I then sat down with our department chair as well as the graduate program coordinator at the time. I've since assumed that role while being an AGEP Fellow. And then we had a really in-depth discussion of what are some elements of the plan that's important for our department, for the university, and we also talked about resources. After writing the plan with a lot of faculty input, at the same time the department was developing a DEI committee. So a lot of this happened in conjunction where we wrote the plan. We also started a DEI committee as both a way to make sure we were covering all our bases, as well as to start thinking about how would we implement the plan. Yes, absolutely. We had multiple open discussions as a faculty, but also those discussions included graduate students, postdocs, as well as undergraduate students, because we know a lot of the plan wouldn't work if it was just faculty coming up with ideas that we thought were good ideas. We also wanted to hear from our students and other trainees about their lived experience in this department, in STEM more broadly, and the things they think would be particularly impactful. Yeah, so the plan developed after a number of meetings with other AGEP fellows here, both at this university as well as in our two partner institutions. So as part of those plans, we all came up with ideas, and so those ideas, I think, sort of codified into a document, which was then discussed initially with the chair as well as the graduate program coordinator at the time. So that came up then with a list, and so I drafted it out and then shared it out to faculty, graduate students, as well as undergraduate students for feedback on that plan. And then I revised it, and then we came up with what our final plan was, which was sort of accepted and then adopted as our working plan going forward. Yeah, so similarly to the last question of how we came up with the plan is also how we're going to sort of adopt and implement it. So those occurred at the same time. So it occurred again through faculty meetings, as well as now meetings of the DEI committee, where we talk about particular items of that action plan, and what the department can do to both see are we making progress, and what are particular activities we could do in order to sort of advance the plan. Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited about our department plan because we already see sort of fruits of the plan already being born, and I think this has happened by having sort of all faculty, as well as I mentioned, students and postdocs, really engaged in the plan and how we sort of put it into action. A few things the department has already done, which have been really impactful as we've come back from COVID, online learning was. We've put up we put up this messaging board in our main hallway by all our teaching labs where students contribute to that messaging board. And that can be anything from who inspires them to why do they like science to what else do they do in their lives. In addition, our department chair has now put up sort of a Faces of STEM in our main hallway that shows, practicing scientists from all sort of race, ethnicities, genders, that are on full display, and we hope this sort of encourages a more inclusive environment for our students who come into our building now are engaging in STEM and sort of see themselves in some of these currently practicing scientists.